Hey, welcome back. I'm Joshua Bellinger, and if you're looking for a trade, you came to the right place, and I have one for you. So we're going to talk about exactly what I put on today at the close and the reason why and what I'm looking for in the next 2 days. So let's take a look here at Zoom videos, Zoom Communication, ZM, and this has been a name that has lost favor as the lockdowns have unrolled, and more importantly, we're starting to hear some possible chatter. Now, I'm not going to say anything else about that, but what we're looking at as we come into this is that we have earnings later in the month, but what we're seeing technically is a move above that 200. Now we're getting above that 200, and today's move and price action was above it. Now, one thing I want you to know, and I want to brag, is that back in January 2020, before the lockdowns happened, I was the one, for readers of my Stock Alpha report, put and bought shares of Zoom. Now, didn't know it was going to come a couple months later, but early opportunities, and these are the type of names in stock-wise, where if you get in early at $75, it goes up to $588. I mean, that's a crazy ride, nor did we hold that long. In fact, a little short story is we got out in May, June timeframe, and readers were upset because they missed out on this initial pop higher. They didn't make enough money. Didn't make enough money, but that's how the game is sometimes. So anyways, so Zoom here, one of the things that was interesting on Zoom was this specific interest in the short-term options that expired in 2 days. We're seeing buyers coming in the 410. Yesterday, we saw buyers coming in on the 425 strikes, in these strikes here. And that's interesting because when you buy an option, what do you want it to do? You want it to make money, right? Where's my $5 at? You want $5 bills. But for me, I want some hundreds. I have 100 laying here. Anyways, so this is a big boy stock. You get big boy gains, right? But little accounts, you gotta make sure you manage your risk. I mean, this is a pretty pretty expensive stock. So one thing I want you to obviously you can see a position here. I bought the 410, sold the 420, and one thing I want to keep and take a walk through is what we take a look at. So I'm going all the way back to the 30th. What was the price? What was the expected move in this for this week? Well, for coming into this week, it was a $20 move. At that point, prices were at $378. So right now, that move that was priced in was $400. And where did we go today? We went right to $400. So why did I put a position on? Well, this is short-term expiration. I am looking for just a short-term pop tomorrow that we could see movement go higher, but you got to believe that we're going to see some selling come into play. So that's why I wanted to sell some of this junk that was out there. But right now we're in that priced in move. It is still pricing in. It had updated or changed to a $14 move higher or lower, which puts it back, if it moves lower, into its expected move here. But what I'm looking for is possibly that what we're seeing or what we saw today is movement out of some of these other tech names and some of these other names that were favorites in the shutdown, starting to see some money rotate. And this is how markets end up being when there's a top, when it's the top. You start to see this rotation, and it goes here and it goes there, and it's just frothy. That's what we refer to it as, a frothy market. That's what's happening now. It doesn't mean that there's going to be a significant sell-off at this point. One of the things that is going to be significant that's all fueled into this overall bull market that we've seen over the last decade has been specifically liquidity, the Fed liquidity. Once they pull back that liquidity, all bets are off. Watch out below. But for the time being, look for Zoom. I'm looking for Zoom to pop higher. So make sure you like below, share with a friend, leave a comment. And if you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down too. Doesn't matter.